Episode 3. The Gathering Storm. The victory at the mountain pass was more than a military success. It was a psychological turning point. The volunteers, once fearful farmers, now walked with their heads held high. But Liu Bei knew that victory often breeds arrogance. He gathered his brothers in the town square, not to celebrate, but to reflect. "We have saved our home," he told them, his voice low and steady. But a single battle does not end a famine, nor does it fix a broken throne. Our real work is just beginning. Guan Yu spent his days refining their tactics, teaching the men that the strength of a formation is only as strong as its weakest link. Zhang Fei, meanwhile, spent his time listening. He became the ears of the army, gathering rumors from travelers, merchants, and refugees. He learned that the rebellion was not just a fire, it was a symptom of a larger systemic decay. The local governors were hoarding grain, while the people were starving. The rebellion was fueled by empty bellies, not just fanatical ideology. While the brothers focused on Zhou, the political landscape in the capital of Luoyang was shifting violently. Cao Cao, having successfully secured his northern territories, was now consolidating his power. He did not seek to be a rebel. He sought to be the sword that would restore order. He understood that the current administration was paralyzed by greed and bureaucracy. He began drafting a new code of conduct for his officers: absolute meritocracy. If you could lead, you served. If you could fight, you commanded. It was a brutal, efficient system that attracted the best and brightest to his cause. In the secluded mountains, Zhuge Liang continued his quiet observation. He was a man who lived in the details: the shifting of wind, the migration of birds, and the flow of rumors. He saw the threads connecting the brothers in the south to the rising power of Cao Cao in the north. He knew that the confrontation between these two philosophies, the empathetic leadership of Liu Bei and the cold efficiency of Cao Cao, was inevitable. He began to draft the Longzhong Plan, a map of the future, predicting that the land would eventually split into three, and that the key to victory lay in understanding the hearts of the people, rather than just the number of spears. The catalyst for the next phase came in the form of a famine that hit the neighboring provinces. Refugees flooded the borders of Zhuo. The governor, scared of the sheer number of people, wanted to bar the gates. Liu Bei refused. "If we close our gates to the hungry," he argued, "we are no better than the rebels we fought." He opened the storehouses, distributed the remaining grain, and mobilized his militia to build shelters. It was a logistical nightmare, but it transformed his militia into a trusted community. The people didn't just see them as soldiers, they saw them as their only hope. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei were exhausted. Managing a city of thousands was harder than facing a battalion of rebels, but they found a new purpose. They saw families reuniting, children being fed, and a sense of order rising from the ashes of disaster. They realized that their brotherhood was not just about fighting, it was about building something that would last. Cao Cao, hearing reports of Liu Bei's popularity, felt a twinge of concern. He didn't fear Liu Bei's military strength. That was negligible. He feared his influence. He knew that a general can defeat an army, but only a leader can capture a heart. He sent an envoy to Zhuo, ostensibly to offer support, but in reality to sow discord among the brothers. He hoped to test if their bond was as unbreakable as the rumors suggested. The envoy arrived with crates of silk and gold. He invited the brothers to a private feast. Zhang Fei, with his usual suspicion, wanted to kick the envoy out. Guan Yu, ever the diplomat of silence, watched and waited. Liu Bei accepted the invitation, wanting to see the face of his rival's ambition. During the feast, the envoy tried to play on Zhang Fei's temper and Guan Yu's pride, hinting that they were being held back by Liu Bei's softness. The trap failed because the brothers didn't just trust Liu Bei, they trusted each other. Zhang Fei laughed at the attempts to divide them, and Guan Yu simply stared at the envoy until the man became uncomfortable. Liu Bei, with a calm smile, turned the conversation toward the future of the empire. He didn't speak of power, but of the responsibility owed to the common people. The envoy left, reporting back to Cao Cao that these men were not just soldiers, they were idealists, a breed far more dangerous than common mercenaries. As the envoy disappeared into the mist, Zhuge Liang, watching from his mountain retreat, smiled. He saw the first pieces of the puzzle moving into place. The brothers had survived the mountain pass, they had survived the famine, and they had survived the treachery of words. The fire they had lit in the peach garden was now a beacon.
The episode closes with a quiet night in Zhuo. The brothers stand on the walls, looking out into the vast, dark expanse of China. They know that thousands are waiting for a sign. They know that Cao Cao is watching from the north. They know that Zhuge Liang is watching from the mountains. They are no longer just three brothers. They are the foundation of a new era. The weight of the world is on their shoulders. But as they look at each other, they realize they have everything they need. The journey ahead is a long one, but for the first time in an age, the path is clear.